Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Austin from NASCARs and Hobbies, bringing you a new video today. I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to show people how you can make roughly, on average, about $200 a day just selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Me and my partner, my business partner, we do this full time. We don't work. This is our job. Um, and like we've been doing this, I don't know, since April or so, and we've made about 31,000 US dollars in sales. We're from Canada. I just say that because like eBay says that, and I'll show you here. Like I'll show you our metrics and stuff just to prove it, not to flex or anything like that. Before we get into it, yeah. So we can first start with the eBay side of things here. So these are our metrics. I'm not really afraid of showing off anything here. Um, yeah. So like you can kind of see here that like our sales vary. For the last month or so, like we had a $600 day, but like on average, like 170, 180, 155, 230. It's probably about $200. We've had some lack of sales like the last little bit here, and I'm gonna talk about that. Talk about why in our in my video here. Um, yeah, so let's just get into it. Let's go back to this page over here. So the first thing you need to do is you need to list items every single day. Um, when it comes to listing cards, like if we go back to our eBay over here, um, we're gonna go to our listings, and we're gonna show you guys. So let's just look here what it looks like on one of our listings. So you can see here, like you need the title to be properly correct. You need the card to be correct. You need that set code there. You need to be like limited edition, the rarity of the card. All those things need to be correct. Your ads need to be as concise, legible, and correct as possible. You can see that we're having a sale, and that's something that I can kind of talk about. But you need to be listing these. Like generally, it takes me 2 to 3 minutes to, or actually like 1 to 2 minutes to list an ad from start to scratch. I can make a video on that if you guys like. As you can see here, there's this green dot on a card. You're like, what the heck is that? For us on eBay, we use a professional scanner. Now, if there's enough people interested, I can show what scanner we use. It doesn't hurt the card. It's a flatbed. So it can't damage it or nothing like that. We make sure of that because we would never put expensive cards in there if that was the case. This is only a $3 card. You can see that we do free shipping. It shows there we do free returns as well. We do free 30-day returns. Sometimes we do international shipping, but like I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. There's a lot of things to cover. eBay is not cut and dry. It takes a lot to be successful with this. It takes consistency. Yeah, so number two, you just want to show clear pictures to show all issues with the cards. Like if we go back to the eBay thing here, I know my name is or my thing. Let me edit this really quick. Let me put myself down a little bit, or just move myself. We'll just move myself over here. Oops. So if you can see, you can literally see all. If like this card is near mint, so there are going to be no issues, but you would be able to clearly see all the scratches and the issues with the cards. You can kind of see that there's a little bit of foiling at the top of the card, or the edgeware, sorry, at the top of the card, but that's not enough to make it lightly played, in our opinion. You need your photos to be as clear as possible, so that people have the right amount of information when they're purchasing from you, so they can buy with confidence. So yeah. Next thing here is clear, accurate listings. I kind of went over that in the beginning. You just need everything. You need like, if we go to our listings here, you need your prices to be correct, which I can kind of show over. I did a video previously on how to properly price your Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We're doing like a 20% sale, so what that equates to, we don't do usually our prices on eBay unless we're looking up a card and we see someone selling the exact same card. Then we'll either match it or lower it less than them if it's the same edition, condition, rarity, etc., etc. But we like to do TCG low unconverted. Even if we're paying fees, that means we're only roughly making 65 to 70% on cards. Roughly for low end anyway. We don't do that for high end. Anything 150 plus we do full retail on, because they're the hardest cards to find and purchase. But you can see that we have a rough description here. it's kind of just saying that it's matching the title and stuff, because sometimes we get listers to do them and they might mess up, especially if they don't know Yu-Gi-Oh or something like that. So yeah, you just want your ads to be clear and concise as possible. You want the pictures to be legible. You want to be able to see every nook and cranny, any issue or anything like that, even if the card is labeled as near mint. So moving on here. So sign up for an eBay store subscription. So this is something that we have. We can't even do really our full store subscription. We're kind of gonna minor, or not minor, sorry. We're going to switch it, because we get 10,000 listings a month, which we can't keep up. If you see with our listings, we only have 700, not even 700 right now, because our sell-through rate is so high. And what that means is just like every time we list, like sometimes the cards sell the same day or a couple days. We do have cards that sit for 2 or 3 months. There are cards that the rough sell-through rate on them is about 3 months. So you got to kind of expect that, especially as a new seller coming into this. Your cards will sit for a while unless you're pricing them very competitively, so that you can kind of get some feedback so that you can go from there. Moving along here. So actually, sorry, yeah, I just got to cover the eBay subscription. So we pay roughly $60 a month to get 10,000 listings that we can list. We're going to lower it to the 1,000 one, which is like 60 Canadian a month. It gives you a ton of different things. Like with our store subscription, we get all these things over here. We get marketing so that we can create sales. We get discounts on shipping, on eBay fees. Like for example, we got 100 of these eBay bubble mailers for free. All I had to pay was $2 for the taxes that were on them, and it was regularly like $50 for 100 of these, which still isn't even a bad deal if I had to buy them outright. They're a little off-size. They're a little bit bigger than we would like, but we got them for free. And we like to put like do not bend stickers on them so that people see not to bend them, so that also helps. There's also a proper way that I guess that I didn't really write down. Actually, okay, so sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here. So, for example, the reason why I brought that up is because with this subscription, they give us free shipping supplies that you can get. You can get like welcome eBay packages. That'll give you a bunch of different things. We just really wanted it for the bubble mailers. Like we use, they didn't have like the size envelopes that we need. Like we use these little size envelopes because the big ones, again, you can tend to bend them, and these can be bent too, but not if they have a top loader in them. It's really hard to. I don't know who the heck would do that. We've never had someone claim that. The card shows up bent. So yeah, just the store subscription is worth it, honestly. Maybe if you're not starting out, because you get a bunch of free listings once you start it out. But as you get more established, it's definitely worth it to invest. We've been on it for about 6 months now, since April. Moving along here, so promoted listings. So this is something that we do too, or we've just started to do. Sorry, and promoted listings just mean there's something that you can do when you're creating an eBay ad to do it, and it's gives you a default at like 3.3%, which honestly isn't that bad considering that you're paying 11.5% now with managed payments, and so it's like a little bit less than what PayPal was, and then you pay a 30-cent transaction fee on every single card. So it isn't worth it to sell cards that are $1 or less. Just because you're going to be paying more for the shipping. Like right now, our cost is about $1.35 to send a card off, because a stamp, you can buy 100 stamps for 96 Canadian dollars. So that's like 90 cents a stamp or something, or 9.6 cents a stamp. And then a top loader cost is 22 cents a top loader. And then the cost of the envelope, which is like $3 for 65 of them. So what is that? Like 3 cents or 5 cents a loader. So yeah, like about $1.30 roughly to send a card off. So if you're selling a card for $1, you're paying fees on top of that, right? So even like $2 or $3 sometimes isn't worth it. But we have like mass quantities of $2 or $3 cards because our business is so large, or not our business, sorry, that our quantity of cards is so large that we can do that. But if you just have a small collection, then it isn't really good to do that. You can sell cards with bulk, and like if you go watch our video about how to properly price Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I go through bulk rates on that. And that's something you can do. You can sell them in lots on eBay, which isn't too bad. Like sometimes people will pick them up. We don't really do that. We just do simply singles. We don't even do sealed product yet, but like eventually we want to. But yeah, so moving along here, good customer service. So this is a huge one. And it's something that screwed me up because before I started this, I had my own eBay, and I kind of got offended when people would send you lowball offers or they'd be rude in messages. And because of that, I got a lot of bad feedback in the beginning. But I've been slowly like rebuilding it up since we started this. Like we were at 92% because we used my eBay, um, my personal eBay that was this, and then we changed it into NASCARs and Hobbies, which is me and my partner's eBay, and we moved it up from 92% feedback to 99.3. It was 99.5, but we got a couple bad ones just because sometimes people expect perfect cards when they're definitely not perfect cards. um, yeah. So good customer service as well. So like something we do is when we ship off our cards, we like to send the customer a message telling them that their cards are on the way, and then we send a picture of the envelope with their address and their name and a stamp, and with the top loader, the team bag, the tape, all that stuff to show that it's actually on the way. Because customers really appreciate that. We have a lot of repeat customers because of that. You don't necessarily have to do that, but that's something that just goes with good customer service. Like another thing with good customer service, responding in a timely fashion. Like if someone sends you an offer on a card, don't make them wait 47 hours before it's about to expire. That's just not good. Like they're not going to want to send it again. Maybe you're a little bit offended, but generally we just tell people, like if like for example, we almost permanently have a 20% sale on our cards because we want to sell. Like Yu-Gi-Oh is a very expensive card game, and our big goal is to sell singles at an affordable rate so that Canadians can afford them, because unfortunately, like I'm Canadian, and there aren't really good places to get Yu-Gi-Oh singles besides eBay in Canada. Like if we could use TCG Player, it wouldn't be bad at all. TCG Player is like the go-to in my opinion. um, but yeah, like even on eBay, like a lot of sellers, they're overinflated with their prices. Like cards just sit and sit and sit because people don't want to pay that, or they'll go elsewhere or privately, or you know what I mean. So like we want to encourage and incentivize people to buy from us constantly. You know what I mean. So moving along here. So free returns, free shipping. Now this is subjective. All of this is kind of subjective, to be honest. It's just our opinion. Like I'm not trying to say. I'd like to think that I'm an expert on all this, and like you know, I'll do what I can to help people. But this isn't easy. It's not easy at all. But yeah, we do free returns. So like, if someone gets the wrong item, which we had a couple times here recently, we've never had that happen before. We tell them that they can return the item, and we'll either fund them for the original card that they did and the cost of a stamp. Because like printing a shipping label for a $5 card and eBay says it's like $12 to $18 for shipping just doesn't make sense. But we would cover the cost of the stamp and I guess the envelope if they had to purchase that as well. Um, and then free shipping. Again, it costs us like $1.30 to ship something. So like we're just doing that because like I just think you get more sales that way. You can do $1 shipping or $2 shipping and stuff like that, but cards will generally sit longer. And that's not our goal. Like we do this full time. If we have cards sitting all the time, we're not going to be able to do this, unfortunately. So yeah, it's subjective. The only time that we might charge for shipping is like on a really expensive item. But generally when the item is expensive, like the tracking will be covered. Like you can get something that these, like not a lot of people know what these are. And what this is a registered domestic tracked letter mail. So what all it means is it's tracked letter mail. So what that means is tracking is anywhere from $8 to $12, which is insanely cheap considering it's like almost 20, like every time else if you're just trying to regularly track something, right? So even on $100 card, like yeah, we're paying the 10% fees or up to 15%, and then we make $75 off it, which honestly isn't terrible. And that's like tracking included. So we track anything that's $60 and up, just because we don't want anyone claiming that it hasn't shown up. We don't want to get scammed. You know what I mean? And like that's an issue that you can kind of bring up with eBay. Like we probably have 1% of people claim that cards don't show up. Now, they could be telling the truth. It could just be slow. Like right now it's COVID, so like shipping times definitely vary. Um, yeah, yeah. So you just kind of, you know, as running a business, you kind of have to eat some of the expenses that goes along with it, and yeah. So the last thing, the last couple things here is like markdown sales. We do that. We do like almost like a 20% sale, and you have to sign up for a subscription to do that. It just generates more traffic. It encourages people to buy. We don't do it on all of our items. Like I said, anything 150 or above is 100% retail. We can't. I don't really personally feel comfortable selling cards like that. Maybe even 100 and above sometimes. But yeah, sales definitely help. I mean, not sorry. Yeah, sales help with sales. And then the last thing here is good competitive card prices. So if you're confused, on how to do Yu-Gi-Oh card prices, you can go ahead and look at our previous video. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. But how you do good card prices, you generally go to, where is it? We have it pulled up here. We have TCG Player. So like on a card like this, for example, you need to match the edition, the set code, which is already here. Like when you look it up, you'll be able to find it. All these things, and like it's also here, the rarity, the attribute, the level, etc., etc. And then you want to match it. Like for example, an unlimited wouldn't have that first edition stamp, but you can see that a lowest near mint first edition is $4.75 plus 78 shipping. Now what we do is we go over here. So that was $4.75 and 78 cents shipping. So that's $5.53. So this is the TCG Players in US dollars. So you go $5.53 USD to CAD 684, and that's the price that you would list it at. But when you're going to look it up on eBay, you would look up the card name and the edition and stuff like that. And if you see someone selling for less than that price, then I'll match that, or I'll go lower than them, because I want our cards to be priced properly, right? So another thing that I can quickly talk about is if you see on ours, it says our seller level forecast is above standard. We were top rated for a bit there, but you need to have like less than 1% on all these, on the defect, on the late shipment. I don't know how we do our late shipment thing. We ship everything in 2 business days. You can see our sales in the last 12 months here. We've only been doing this for about 6 or 7 months. We started in April, and those are our current sales. You can see that it's in US dollars. I don't understand why. But it's very important to achieve top rated seller, and we're trying to get back to that point. But again, it's just very hard because, like, for example, we have like 700 listings, and if like someone buys something that we accidentally sold privately or at locals or something like that, we forgot to take down on our eBay, and then they purchase it, well, we have to cancel that. So what that means is like that goes into the defect rate here. Or if someone claims that something doesn't show up, then we have to refund them, right? So like that goes into the defect rate as well. So it's very difficult to keep that when you're doing only letter mail. Like if you wanted to, you can charge $8 shipping on everything, even the $2 or $3 cards, and track everything if you want to be really safe. But I wouldn't recommend that because generally people aren't going to pay that. They might pay the $1 or $2 on shipping because they understand. But you know, top loaders right now are inflated and things like that. And then the last thing that I quickly want to cover is just how to ship off, like how you package Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So like we're gonna go here. We're gonna go on a raw card. So this card doesn't have a sleeve or nothing. We're gonna go from start to finish here, and I can do that pretty quick because all our supplies are really close here. So the first thing it does, it goes into a penny sleeve. So that's number 1, penny sleeve. And then sorry about that. So we got a penny sleeve, we got a top loader, we got a team bag, and we got painter's tape. And painter's tape is very important. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to put the penny sleeve card into a top loader, like so. And then you're going to grab your painter's tape, and you're going to take 1 piece of painter's tape. The reason why I use painter's tape is because it does not leave a residue on the card, and if you see, it just comes off Oop. Maybe not. Comes off very easy and goes back on. And doesn't leave anything like that, so they can be reused. They're not annoying to get into. You don't have to cut into them or anything like that. And then the last thing it does is it goes into a team bag. And a team bag just makes it so that it's waterproof somehow. Like, you know, they have an open mailbox and it gets rained on. So yeah, that's just how it goes. And then we do that with a small envelope like this. We also do labels. We used to print like hard print all of our orders and labels, but it wasn't efficient. It sucked writing out 10 plus. Like we get like, I don't know, 10 to 50 orders every single day. And if we had to write those all out, we'd be going insane. So we got all you do is like we grab, we use a regular printer, and you can grab these label sheets. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but there's 10 labels per sheet on this. These are just from Staples. It costs like $40 for 1,000 of them, and they last a long time. And we print out. We just copy and paste everything. We write our return address on it, and then for example too is like if someone's just ordering a single card, you only need one stamp. But if they ordered like 10 or 11 cards or something, the package will be a little bit thicker, so it'll be considered oversized. So you'll need like 2 stamps. But generally, when someone's ordering 10 cards worth of cards, even if they're cheap, the postage is going to be covered. You're selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards at the end of the day, right? So yeah. I know this has been a really long video. It's been about 20 minutes, and I can literally sit here and talk even more. There's even more tips and tricks. I can't really cover everything. But this is just, in my opinion, how to consistently make $200 a day. I know I didn't really give you guys any, like, I don't know, hard kind of immediate tricks, but yeah, if you know, roughly I would post 10 to 20 cards every single day, or 10 to 20 items every single day. That's what's going to get you traffic. You know, it's going to get you sales. It's going to make your business grow, and you just have to keep at it. Like the days that you see that are short here that we didn't make very much, they were days that I was being lazy and I didn't really post. And it shows almost immediately. You know, you can definitely tell with all the metrics and the data and things like that. So if you made it through this video, I really want to appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. I really plan to do more eBay videos in the future on how, like, I kind of cover most things today on how we ship and stuff like that. But yeah, and if there's anything you guys would like to know, just leave a comment down below, and I'd be happy to help. This has been Austin from Nice Cars and Hobbies, and we'll see you later, YouTube.